When you pull a spark plug and find it coated in a dry, powdery black soot, you are looking at classic carbon fouling. This is distinct from wet fouling, which is glossy and caused by oil bypass or unburned raw fuel. Looking at the chemistry, for an engine to run efficiently, it needs a precise ratio of air to fuel, specifically 14.7 parts air to 1 part fuel in standard gasoline engines. When this ratio drops, meaning there is too much fuel or too little air, the mixture becomes rich. As for the physics, a spark plug needs to reach a self-cleaning temperature, typically between 450 degrees Celsius and 850 degrees Celsius, to burn off combustion deposits. If the engine is running too rich, or if your spark is too weak to fully ignite the mixture, the tip temperature drops. The unburned fuel bakes onto the ceramic insulator as dry carbon. Because carbon is electrically conductive, this soot creates a pathway for the voltage to ground out against the shell instead of jumping the gap. The result is misfires, rough idling, hard starts, and poor fuel economy. Next is the tailored root cause analysis. Based on the symptoms of carbon fouling, the root cause almost always falls into one of 3 categories. The first category is 1. Air intake and exhaust issues, also known as air starvation. This includes a clogged air filter where the engine is breathing through a straw, pulling in normal fuel but insufficient air. In a carbureted setup, it could be a stuck choke. The choke plate restricts airflow to help a cold engine start, but if it stays closed when warm, the engine runs drastically rich. It could also be a faulty MAF or MAP sensor for fuel-injected systems, where the sensor miscalculates incoming air, tricking the computer into dumping too much fuel. Finally, a pre-O2 exhaust leak in fuel-injected setups allows unmetered oxygen to enter the exhaust. The O2 sensor reads this as a lean condition, and the computer overcompensates by maximizing fuel delivery. The second category is 2. Fuel system issues leading to excessive fuel. For carbureted engines, a stuck or leaking float needle allows fuel to continuously overflow into the intake manifold. In fuel-injected models, leaking fuel injectors that drip instead of spraying a fine mist create localized, rich conditions. A faulty fuel pressure regulator means too much pressure forces extra fuel through the injectors during their normal open cycle. Also, a faulty engine coolant temperature sensor, ECT, can fail. If the sensor breaks and tells the computer the engine is permanently freezing cold, the computer will stay in warm-up mode, dumping excess fuel endlessly. The third category covers 3 ignition system issues, resulting in a weak spark. An incorrect spark plug heat range occurs if someone installed a plug that is too cold for your engine. It will never reach the self-cleaning temperature. Lastly, a weak ignition coil or bad plug wires can be the issue, where a degraded coil or high-resistance wire produces a weak yellow or orange spark instead of a crisp blue or white spark, failing to burn the mixture completely. Now we cover the step-by-step diagnostic workflow and testing procedures. Follow this checklist in order. We start with the free visual inspections and move toward the more involved tests. For step 1, inspect the air filter and intake tract. The test requires you to remove the air filter and hold it up to a bright light. If you cannot see light passing through it, it is choked with dirt. Also, inspect the intake tube for mouse nests or debris. As a carbureted bonus, remove the air cleaner and visually inspect the choke plate. Start the engine, and as it warms up, verify that the choke plate opens completely to a vertical position. For step 2, verify spark plug specs and gap. The test requires you to check the part number on the fouled plug against the manufacturer's specification. Is it the correct heat range? Next, use a feeler gauge or spark plug gapping tool to check the gap. A gap that is too wide will blow out under load. Too narrow and the spark kernel won't be large enough to ignite the fuel fully. For step 3, perform a spark quality test. The test requires you to know if the ignition system has the muscle to fire under compression. Buy a cheap inline spark tester for around $10. Hook it between the spark plug and the plug wire or coil. Crank the engine. You are looking for a consistent, rhythmic, bright blue or white snap. As a result, if the spark is orange, erratic, or weak, use a digital multimeter to test the ignition coil's primary and secondary resistance against factory specs. Check spark plug wires for cracking or high resistance, noting that generally wires shouldn't exceed 10K to 12K ohms per foot. Moving to step 4, interrogate the sensors for fuel-injected engines only. The test involves plugging in your OBD2 scanner and looking at live data with the engine running and warmed up. For the ECT or coolant temp, is it reading around 190 degrees Fahrenheit to 210 degrees Fahrenheit? If it reads minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit, the sensor is dead and the car is running rich. For fuel trims like STFT and LTFT, are your long-term fuel trims highly negative, such as minus 15% or more? This proves the computer is actively trying to pull fuel away because it knows the engine is running rich. For O2 sensors, check the upstream O2 sensor, or sensor 1. It should be rapidly oscillating between 0.1 volt for lean and 0.9 volt for rich. If it is pegged at 0.1 volt but you smell fuel, it's faulty or there's an exhaust leak before the sensor. For step 5, check fuel pressure and injectors, or the carburetor float, in fuel-injected setups. Hook a fuel pressure gauge to the Schrader valve on the fuel rail. Turn the key to the on position with the engine off. Compare the PSI to factory specs. Turn the key off and watch the gauge. If pressure drops rapidly, an injector is leaking fuel into the cylinder, causing your soot. For carbureted setups, turn off the fuel petcock or line. Drop the carburetor float bowl. Inspect the needle valve for a worn rubber tip. Ensure the float height is set to factory specs and that the floats aren't punctured and filled with gas, making them heavy. This brings us to solutions and prevention. Regarding the fixes, replace clogged air filters and faulty sensors. Use OEM replacements for O2 and MAF sensors, as aftermarket electronics often fail out of the box. If an ignition coil or plug wire fails the multimeter test, replace it. If an injector is leaking, replace the set or send them out for professional ultrasonic cleaning and rebuild. For spark plug replacement, do not reuse heavily carbon-fouled plugs. Replace them with the exact OEM-specified plug using iridium or platinum if required. When it comes to preventative maintenance, first, avoid excessive idling. Extended idling prevents the combustion chamber from reaching temperatures high enough to burn off carbon. Second, use top-tier fuel. High-quality fuels have superior detergent packages that keep injectors from sticking and intake valves clean. Third, give it an Italian tune-up. Once the engine is fully warmed and fixed, occasionally running the engine under heavy acceleration, like safely merging onto a highway, raises cylinder temps to effectively self-clean the plugs. Finally, heed these essential safety warnings. First are high-voltage hazards. Modern ignition coils can produce upwards of 40,000 volts. Never touch an ignition coil, wire, or spark plug with bare hands while the engine is running or cranking. Second is fuel pressure relief. Fuel injection systems remain under high pressure even when the engine is off. Always pull the fuel pump fuse, start the engine, and let it stall to relieve pressure before disconnecting any fuel lines. Have rags and a fire extinguisher ready. Fourth is carbon monoxide danger. Never run an engine in a closed garage. If you must run the engine for live data testing, ensure the vehicle is outside or the exhaust is routed outdoors. Finally, protect your eyes. Always wear safety glasses when working with fuel or compressed air, especially when cleaning carburetors or dealing with pressurized fuel rails. Work methodically, follow the workflow from 1 to 5, and trust the process of elimination.